Hi, this is Yingge from Art of the Brush. Today we will paint a very special tree. In Chinese culture, it's called Wu Tong tree. I don't know if you have heard about this. It may look very similar like the sycamore tree you may find in the Western culture. Where in China, especially in ancient times, people love to plant this tree in their backyard. Not only because the unique looking of this tree, but also the special meaning behind it. There is an old story in China that the Feng Huang is the Chinese phoenix, which is the symbol of the greatness and harmony. And this bird, the phoenix, Chinese phoenix, they only land on Wu Tong tree. So that's why most of the littorals, they like to plant Wu Tong tree in their backyard to admire them and wish or hope one day the Feng Huang, the phoenix, will land on their tree, which is literally inviting the greatness and harmony into their life. So today we will learn how to paint this beautiful Chinese Wu Tong tree, which can also be a lovely gift for your friends and families. The Wu Tong, the leaf, typically have 3 lobes, however, are wider and broader, like a panda palm. So let's look at the shape of the leaf first. So the Wu Tong leaf have this flat 3 lobes. To use the side of the brush to create 3 strokes to represent each of the lob. So here I will show you 2 methods. Basically, it's the 2 painting orders where we align these 3 strokes. 1, 2, 3. So the first one is we start with the middle one first, and then we will add the 1 each at the side. The stroke here is the side brush stroke. However, as you can see, I still hold my brush more or less upright. This is to give the strength of all the strands into the page. 1, 2, and 3. So here, this one, as you can see, is like someone's shoulder is going up, like they are doing exercise. And here is the second way of painting this leaf. 1, 2, 3. So here you can see I paint from left to right. And again, 1, 2, 3. 2 goes up, and 1, 2, 3. 2 goes down. And we can change the directions as well. Now you can see just by changing the directions, we can already create different shapes and lookings of the leaf. Another unique and distinctive looking of a Chinese Wu Tong tree is the trunk. The trunk is standing up and tall, and what makes it standing out is this greenish brown color that on the tree bark. And when we look closely, there are also some markings that is going around the tree, the skin of the tree. Now we will study how to paint the Chinese Wu Tong tree, its trunk. So imagine this is the tree trunk. Now we will add the skin. First, make sure our brush is nice and dry. My brush pause and then move to the side. So my brush touch down along to one side, one edge, and then move to the other side. When we are making the marks, the skin, trying also to bring the yin and the yang. So some are shorter, or some are longer. As you can see, I left this side slightly more empty. That is to give the impression of highlights, and this side is more like the shadow area. Okay, now we will bring all the elements together to paint a full Wu Tong tree. We will start with using black ink to lay out the trunk first, and then again we will add the skin, the texture on the tree trunk. And then after that, we will use ink to add leaves. At the very end, we will use colors to render the tree and to bring some more life into the page. Let's dive in. First, I will load some darker ink and the brush slightly drier, as we are going to outline the tree. Here I'm going from top down, this painting order. So once I have one side of the outline, so now I just need to mirror the line, add some, and then add the branches on the other side. So when I lay out the branches, my brush moves quite freely as the lines on the trees are also grows very naturally and freely. When my brush has less water, then I will slightly slow down. Okay, now we will add the skin. Use the sidebar stroke. Make sure to add the skin on the tree. Our brush need to be drier. So use you can use a paper towel or tap away the water on your brush belly. When there is very little water in your brush, try not to load the brush straight away. Trying to slow down and let the page soak the water. There is still ink once we give it the chance. If our brush is darker, we can go back to add some darker ink on the light ones to bring the dynamic. Use the wet on dry technique to blend in the strokes together. To paint leaves, I will use a different brush. This brush, this is the small white cloud in the Four Gentlemen brush set. This is a combined brush. As you can see in the middle, this is brown, outside is white. So it's very good to use for painting the leaves, especially those wide, the fat, fat and flat leaves. Okay, we will rinse the brush first. Take your time. I will load the brush with a little ink at the tip and mix. So here I'm trying to create a light ink tone. I'm trying to load entire the brush. So this is the base color. Okay, when we test on the page, you can see this is light. And that's what we want. We want the brush has some moisture. And then we will load with some darker ink. When we paint leaves, we paint them in a group of 3 or 5, and then we can add some extra ones. One, 2, 3. And then I'll add some more here. Now that's the extra ones, okay? That's one group. That's 3 in a group. And now I will add some additional ones. For example, one at the back, a small one, and here. Here I add one because this is a flat edge, so I want to bring some balance. Okay, some smaller ones. And here you see there's a flat edge. So I want to bring some dynamic here to balance that. Okay, so here's already a big group. So I will stop here for now. And let's load the brush again. And add some little darker ink because it looks a little bit too light. Okay. And now I add some extra ones at the back here. Here, some behind the tree. Now I add some darker ones. Darker ones at the back. To add colors, we're trying to wait the painting slightly drier, however, not totally dry. So I will add some stone brown first to create a base in my brush. And then I will add some, this is stone green. The branch, as you can see, I'm going from one side first, so I'm not covering the whole branch straight away. The entire branch, I leave some space untouched. And as the color being used, my brush had more brownish, so I will retouch the bottom, which has more brown. The mixed color with blue and yellow to create some green, which we call it 芝绿. It can be translated as juice green. Sounds very fresh. My brush is very wet, as you can see, it's dripping wet. This is to allow the water to sit in and spread on its own. So I'm adding some colors at the edge and in the middle to blend in the colors. Allow some water to dilute when the leaves are lighter. When there is less water, then we slow down. Add some water to blend in. When the leaves are lighter, we also use lighter color. Even though we cannot find a Chinese Wu Tong tree and even plant it in our backyard, we can still paint one and hang it up on the wall. Maybe someday the phoenix will come to your house. I hope you have enjoyed to painting the Chinese Wu Tong tree and enjoy the story and the spirit behind it. If you're interested to study more deeply about how to paint trees, especially in the Oriental landscape painting, you can find more description below. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave in the comment. At the meantime, take care and enjoy your brush practice.